What's up, violinists? Today we're going to be talking about Chayu, the Nature Diva, a new hero that's recently been released with the latest updates, are the divas, and I was luckily able to pull the Nature one. So what we're going to be going over is her skills, where I think she is useful, and a little bit of showcasing, and at the end I'm actually going to give my personal review on her, on whether she's good or not. So if you're interested in that, please stick around to the end of the video. So to start, we're going to start with her stats. As you can see, she is a support unit. She has a fairly good amount of HP at being a max 5-star right now. A very high defense as well, which is something I really liked in her. As well as a very solid attack, which kind of surprised me, honest, that she had such a high attack rate. Another thing is when you ascend her, she does increase her accuracy by 15%. Personally, I think since she's a Nat 5, this should have been a 25%, such as the Nat 3 Firefox Awakening into 25%. So for her skills, her very first basic attack is Deafening Chord. It fires a musical chord from her harp, damaging target enemy from a distance. Every fourth attack disorients any enemy hit with a bonus damage based on accuracy. Her first skill is Echo, empowers herself with music. While empowered, each basic attack projectile will bounce, affecting multiple enemies. Inspiring Lyrics is her skill 2. It dances to the beat. While dancing, each beat heals nearby allies. Every 4 beats heals by a greater amount, and the healing is based on her max HP. Her ultimate skill is Bass Drop. Blasts a cone-shaped area with waves of magic 3 times. Each blast damages and silences affected enemies, and this also is based on accuracy for damage. Her synergy trait is 24% attack speed to all allies, which if you run it with a good team, such as what I have been doing is running it with my Crude and Sigrun, since they both scale on attack. She is a very good skill leader. As for gear, I am running her on Adept Sturdy. I do want her, however, on Adept Vital, but I did not have bracers and gloves in Vital, so I ended up going for the Sturdy to give her the HP. For her shoulders, I am, however, running her attack speed, and that is because she does have the chance to disorient on every 4 hits, and she empowers her basic attack with her skill 1, making it bounce and hit multiple enemies. So I figured attack speed would slightly be better if you are running another healer with her. That way she's not the only one healing, and she can rely on disorienting and keeping the damage low, as well as getting out that heal over time. I do, however, have her on HP as well to give her a strong takiness and for that max healing. I'm running on her Adept because she is quite a strong healer over time, and having that heal on a shorter cooldown is quite reliable. Alright, so we're going to try Chayu here in ED10 instead of my Xenia, which is what I normally run. This team's actually a little slow because Monis currently is my only daughter that I can take into ED10, so it runs about 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do is skip the mob waves and get straight to the boss, and we'll see how it works. My team currently is not 100%, so it might fail, it might not, but I'm hoping with her in here that it's more efficient because she'll be able to apply that disorient and help keep my team alive more. So I'll see you in a second at the boss, and we'll see how this goes. Alright, violinists, we're back here at the Elder Drake 10 boss, and we're just going to be checking out how well Chayu, the Nature Diva, does on keeping the health up on our team. I do want to point out also that I am running a Water Angel, and he is not on Adept, so his invulnerability will not be up very often. I know he's very powerful on Adept, and a lot of people are saying that he's overpowered, but in my honest opinion, I don't think he is. It's a very great skill to have if you have the Water or Dark Angel, but he is not overpowered. He is more unique in my opinion because they are the only 2 units in the game that have it. But with that being said, let's get back to the Nature Diva Chayu. As you can see, she's doing a very solid amount of healing constantly, and that's one of the things I really like about her. When she's healing, she usually does about 800 a second, with the 4th beat, of course, going up to 1700, which is a very strong heal, especially if you were to pair it with like a Naga or any other unit that has a regeneration buff like Zircon. This would be an extremely powerful and hard to break unit. Another thing I do want to point out is how her ultimate works with the silence here. When she does it, it blasts very quickly for 3 times, and when it hits, if it does silence the first time, it will also continue to silence and reset that silence, so it's a slightly longer silence than most other silencing skills. And that was actually a fairly quickly run. I did not expect it to go that fast, and I do not want that. But what we're going to do here is actually check out the battle report, see how well she was healing, and as well as keeping that disorient up. So she didn't do too bad on damage. She is slightly in the last place, just above Garai, but she is a support and not built for damage. So even with her being able to get over 100,000 damage is quite nice. She does have a 236,000 heal, which is of course, like I said, a very strong heal, and I think this heal could also compete with Zinnia or even a Dryad. She does also have a 1 minute and 6 second disorient, which will mostly be on the boss or even the mobs, but if you watch the run again, she kept it quite a bit on the boss, and that's what made this team quite reliable, I believe. The 20 seconds of silence will of course be against the mobs only, since you cannot silence the boss. But that is it for this run, guys, so I will see you in the arena in just a moment. Alright, violinists, so we're here in the arena and we are going against a water scan warlord, Lily, or Violet, I am sorry, the Dark Dryad, Zinnia, the Light Boon Sister, and Monas. The reason I chose this comp is because it had a lot of cooldown reduction as well as cleanse and control overall, and it's also water dominant, which happens to be a ongoing meta because of SW and ED10 being water and fire. Water units are mostly the ones built, so therefore you will see them the most in arena. And I chose this because I actually wanted to see how well she's going to be able to do countering this meta. So we're just going to auto on through this and just hopefully win. I'm not actually going to manual it, mainly because you hear the tapping of the button when I'm manually, and it's just personally annoys me, and I think it rather ruins the video. So I'd rather just auto it and hopefully beat it. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. Obviously, it's the middle of the week, so it's really not that important. But so far, this team seems to do fairly well. I do run Garai for the immunity, since he is running a cleanser and a very strong debuffer in Monas, and I wanted to be able to get those heals out. Sigrun is of course my main DPS, since everybody else is a support unit, but my Garai is also able to do a fair amount of damage since he has the AoE defense break and AoE glancing on his ult. It looks like I may actually fail this run because I'm down to 20 seconds. We'll just pick somebody and start nuking them down, and maybe I'll be able to actually clean it up after all. But what we're actually going to be looking at on the battle report is just how well her heal and disorient also was here. Because if she's still getting a very high amount of disorient out, that will make her a very, very useful unit in your arena defense. Alright, so her disorient was only 8 seconds, but she did put out 28k healing, which is fairly good for only a 2-minute run, or less than 2 minutes, and so will the 8 seconds be pretty decent as well. As you can see, my Garai did not get disorient out as all, and he actually has a higher accuracy than my Diva does. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I probably would recommend running her in Blitz as well as one of your healers, because her heal just seems to be really strong. When I was actually leveling her up in 7-1, she was able to keep my Sigrun at full HP the entire time, and herself as well, even with the Dino Kid doing defense ignore at 50% on Sigrun. So that is my review for her. I do recommend her as a build. I honestly didn't think she was going to be that great, but once I did awaken her and get her gear up to plus 12, she has been shining a lot more. So if you like this review, please leave a comment down below, as well as like the button and subscribe to my channel. And if you do leave a comment, I will gladly respond to you when I can. And thanks again for watching.